And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart, and now today on a brand new video for tutorials with GS. In today's tutorial, we're going to take a look at Photoshop and how to create a cool looking wallpaper that takes some typography techniques and some vector art techniques if you like to use vector art. Or anything really, any objects you want to have portraying through text. Now usually what this is called is a typography wallpaper. So you should have seen a little preview of it in the thumbnail. But it's a really cool little wallpaper you can make. It's a really cool little design you can do for banners or whatnot. And I'm really liking it. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. It doesn't take much work. And if you're a beginner in Photoshop, it's a great little exercise to do as well. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and go to File, New. And we're going to create a new canvas. I'm going to go 1366 by 768 because that's the resolution of my laptop screen. And we want to use black. So we're going to go ahead and grab the paint bucket tool here and make it black. So our background here is black. Now for this next step, you want to zoom out a bit and grab the type tool. Now this type tool, you want to just start somewhere up top and drag down and end somewhere down here. The reason why is you want to have sort of a big enough space to fill up the area, because we're going to end up rotating this, and if you notice when you rotate things, sometimes it gets cut off at the top here. So the bigger you have this, the better. You don't want to have it too big though, because then you probably won't be able to fit all the writing in. But essentially what you'll then have to do is, if you want to add some personal text, I have some personal text right here, just some random little fun facts about myself, little lines here. So I'm just going to copy, Control A, Control C, and then we're going to go ahead and paste this. And all I'm going to do is just continuously paste this over. And until this entire thing gets filled up. Once you've come to a certain point, you can just highlight everything again and you can restart, because then it'll be a lot easier to get to the bottom. Alright, so there we go. Now if we zoom in, we see that we have all of this. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're working on a gray sort of text color. So if you look at our text here, we have sort of a nice gray. And that's exactly what we want. So you can make a darker gray, a lighter gray than this, but make sure it's somewhat of a grayish color. Make sure it's not the same color as what your objects that you're going to overlay in the text are, because then it won't really work. So once we have that done, you should have your text layer here. Go ahead and right click the text layer and click rasterize layer. And then we're going to go up to edit, transform, rotate. And we're just going to go ahead and rotate this sideways like so. And look at that, perfectly aligns there. We have just enough space top and bottom. And you know, you can rotate however you want to rotate this. It doesn't need to be diagonal. You can keep it straight too if you want. I just like to rotate it like this because it looks cool. And when you're finished, go and press enter, and that will save your changes. And you see now our text looks sideways. Now after that, we're gonna go ahead. If you have some pictures, in fact, I have some pictures right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop in like so. If you have pictures like this, you can drop them in as well. I'm just going to make them a little bigger, like so. And this one can be a tad smaller, like so. And what we're going to end up doing here is, this may be a bit too big actually, but let me actually make that a little smaller. If you want to ever transform one of these layers, you go to Edit, Transform, and there's many options here: rotate, scale, lots of things you can do here. So it's very useful to do that. Okay, that's a little better. So we're gonna go ahead and put this at the bottom here, and we're gonna put our little power sign maybe here. Maybe we'll rotate it as well. And I'm also gonna add some text. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this a lot bigger. Let's make this of size 150 maybe? No, not 150, 200? 200, but I don't like this font. Let's see what if we can get like a bold font. There we go, that's better. Maybe a bit bigger though. 500, 400. 500 is good right there. So we have GS, like so. And what I think I'm gonna do actually is grab this controller, and we're gonna rotate it a bit. So transform again. So you want to set it up, oops, that was my bad. You want to set it up how you want the overlay to look. How do you want your objects here to look? Because essentially what we're going to end up doing is making all these pictures shine through the text. So something like that, and then we'll get our power sign right here. That's fine. Alright, so once you have all that done, make sure you rasterize all these layers. So rasterize that, rasterize your smart objects as well, the things you imported. And from here on, what we're gonna do is, you can do this individually one by one, or you can just simply merge these down. For example, merge down, so you have it all in one layer like so. However, if you want to do different colors, and you'll see what I mean by that in a second, what we're going to do here is right click this and click select pixels. And that'll basically create a selection around your objects and around your symbols and anything you imported here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and hide this layer, grab the selection tool here, right click, and make sure you're on your text layer here. Then again, switch to your text layer here, right click, and layer via copy. And you see we sort of get this grayish outline here, right? Now what we want to actually do is change that to different colors. So click that layer that you just created via copy, go to blending options, then go to color overlay, and look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? That looks really cool. So if we go and change this to white, we basically get the pictures but shining through the text, and we can still read it. So it looks really cool. Now, like I said, if you want to change this, for example, different colors, I'm going to do Control Z to undo. What you'll see is this layer rasterized? No, it's not. So, for example, say I wanted to just make, I just wanted to make the GS white, right? Simple steps. We're going to go ahead and right click, select pixels, hide this, grab our selection tool, and head on over to your text layer. Make sure you're always using your text layer to right click layer via copy, because if you do it with this, with your object here, it's not gonna work. So selection tool again, layer via copy, like so, and there we go. Now what we can do is go to blending options again, and we can go to color overlay, and we can turn this white, right? So that's good. But now if we want to make this power sign actually red like it is, we can do the same thing. Right click the layer, select pixels, hide this, make sure you go on your text layer again, grab your selection, right click, layer via copy, and that'll be right there. And same thing, blending options, and this time if you want to have it red, for example, which is by default it's already red, we can press OK, and look at that, it looks really cool. And you can do the same with the controller. You can even do certain gradient overlays as well. Like for example, something like that. You could do gradient overlays too, which actually looks pretty cool. That's actually something I didn't even plan of doing, but now that I look at it, it actually looks pretty awesome. We could go from like say blue here, right? From blue to white. That looks really cool. Look at that, that looks pretty awesome. So that's pretty much the tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed. It's very simple to do and it looks really cool. So plenty of other Photoshop tutorials on the channel. If you like these type of tutorials, go and subscribe because plenty more are coming as well. And we have plenty of other tutorials such as Audacity tutorials, GIMP tutorials, lots of software stuff. And if you're interested in that, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. Any questions or comments, confusions, if you know of a way to make this method even better and to make this little design technique even cooler and have some ideas, leave in the comments section because I really want to see what you guys haven't thought. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video helped you out in any way. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It'll really help me out. If you didn't like it, you can leave a comment as well, giving some feedback. If you have any other comments or questions, please leave them in the comments as well, and I'll do my best to answer them. I usually respond to comments within 24 to 48 hours, depending on your question and depending on how busy I am. I have plenty of other content on my channel about different software tutorials and how-to videos, so if you're interested in that type of stuff, check it out. And if you like what you're seeing, you can subscribe too. Really appreciate it. You can also check out my other channels and social media as shown on the screen right now. And with that, thank you so much everyone, and this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.